So I was able to get an appointment from a client in Denver. Should be a good one for us. It was actually with a bank there in Denver. I had reached out to the operation manager of the IT department there, pitched him. He definitely was interested in hearing what we had to offer. Should be a great opportunity for us. They had about 60 users, 3 servers. Got it set for the beginning of December.
Got one today for my somewhat niche AI grading software client.
I like this way better.
Got something booked for them in California. It's a decent sized school, multiple locations. Got that booked with the director of curriculum, so definitely the one we want to talk to. She wanted me to push out till January just because things were a little tight. Didn't really make sense right now. Kind of managed to talk her into early December to try to get in front of her, make our introductions, and then maybe we can touch base a little earlier next year and see if it makes sense to work together.
I got one this afternoon for my roofer in Oklahoma. I had called in, originally spoke with the guy about 3 months ago, followed up with him today. They are actively taking quotes on a reroof for a portion of the building. I guess he owns a portion of it, and he's presenting bids here shortly in the next couple of weeks to the full owner of the building. So we got a time set up for Thursday this week. It's about 21,000 square feet, TPO roof, so looking forward to it.
Got an appointment for my Eugene client, roofer, today from an inbound call. I've been trying to get a hold of the general manager for a seed facility for quite some time. He actually called me back today and laughed about it, said, yeah, I missed a few of your voicemails, but finally I got around to talking to the boss, and we want to get a full re-roof. So they've 3 different buildings there on site, and about 60 years old, so they're long overdue, and so want us to come out and give them some quotes, section out each roof at a time, but at least give them a bid for all 3. Looking like a really good opportunity, and excited to see what comes of this one.
It's a slower Monday for the pod, but Tyler has got us on the board with a baseball affiliate appointment. Tyler, would you care to share?
Yeah, it was a manufacturing company right here in our market. So called them, got it set up for this Thursday morning. Wasn't sure if it was going to make sense, but just wanted to talk and hear it out. So done deal.
Teddy did a good job, got a reschedule this morning. Outside of that, I will call my shot for my IT partner in Calgary. Emma?
I'll call my shot for janitorial in Baltimore.
Teddy?
Call my shot for IT partner in Vancouver.
And Maddie, who are you calling the shot for?
Alabama.
I know that Brett's got us one. Clay almost had us one. I mean, sort of. I haven't got anything yet, but I'm going to call my shot. If I get a call back for my Indianapolis software client, they'll be on the board. And I'm going to try to get something in Portland by the end of the day today.
I'm doing all right. I've been flying through Dallas trying to get ahead right now. I've had some decent conversations, but just couldn't get anything on the board so far. But I'm confident I can get something for either my IT client out in Omaha or my roofer out in Phoenix this afternoon, so I'll call my shot there.
I had a pretty good morning. I got my first appointment for my new Miami HVAC client. It was an assisted living facility, 60,000 square foot. I spoke to the maintenance director. He had an RTU that was leaking, so we're headed out there this Wednesday to give him a quote for replacement.
I'm grinding for doing some follow-ups for my for Christian's client with some past appointments that I had set up and things like that. So, but I know the guys are grinding out here. I'm going to call my shot out in Toledo and in Knoxville.
I will call my shot in Nashville.
My first dial of the day, I got an appointment for my IT client with a pretty large oil company in the area, so it should be pretty good ones. First week of December. Also calling my shot in Pennsylvania this afternoon.
I'm gonna call my shot in Denver.
I'm having a good morning, and I'm just building records for Pennsylvania right now.
Yeah, we got 2 appointments so far. Danny got one over in Sarasota, and then Marge got one for her client in Arkansas. Marge isn't here, but she gave me a little bit of the notes. 200,000 square foot, 23 building apartment complex. So she said that it should be a pretty good one. Haven't had anybody up there. Don't have any preventative maintenance programs in place. So looking forward to see how that one goes. I know I'm going to be focusing on my New Hampshire client later this afternoon. Hopefully we can go grab 1 or 2. And then I have Brendan joining our team. He's going to be creating some records, probably making some calls on some counts later this afternoon. But I'll let Danny tell you about his appointment and see what everybody else got going on.
They got one for my client out in Sarasota. It's for next week, 1 p.m. They got 15 users at the one location that they're at. They have 2 locations, local servers. Currently with an MSP, but not opposed to looking out and seeing what else is out there. So hopefully it'll be a good one.
Oh, I've just been building some stuff down in Austin, Texas, and just grinding on that mostly.
Calling my shot over in Austin for our IT guy.
We're doing pretty good this morning. Nothing on the board yet, but we're working towards a follow-up with a bunch of leads, having some good conversations. Maddie, it's her first official day at the pod. What are you working on?
Just building records all day.
So far I've been talking to Miami and now a little bit of Phoenix, and just kind of making some touch points. I've caught up on all my warm leads and staying up to date on those. So excited for what the rest of the week has in store, man.
I'll call my shot for Galt, Northeast Texas.
I'll call a Colorado appointment.
One in Atlanta, one in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Atlanta one was like 50,000 square foot building. They have CapEx projects lined up for next year, so need competitive quotes on that. And then in North Carolina, what was that one? That one was a 200,000 square foot facility, active issues. I think they're looking for coding options, if I remember correctly, but going out to both those in 2 weeks, towards the end of the month before Thanksgiving, should be pretty good. But Dylan, what else? What'd you just cook up right there?
I just got one for a roofer in LA. Spoke with this property about 4 or 5 months ago. Finally ready to get something on the books. Working with our operations team on getting work done. And then I got one earlier this morning for a roofer in Connecticut. Spoke with the maintenance team at one of their facilities. He gave me the cell phone for the plant operations manager, who said that I got him on the phone, said he manages 3 different properties right now, and 2 of them have 2 separate issues. So we're going to one property Thursday, and then at that meeting we'll schedule our next meeting for the following week.
I got a banger of an appointment today for my Virginia Beach client. Looking to get a full re-roof for an EPDM roof. The guy that oversees it, the general manager, also oversees 3 other properties that he wants some bids for, so it's going to be like kind of a chain reaction deal. But yeah, looking really good, so stoked on that one. Going to keep them coming.
Got some leads to follow up with today, this afternoon. Building some records. I'll call it for my accurate client.
Pretty good day so far. I know Ross has got one on the board. Me and the new guys are building records, having a bunch of good conversations. I'm calling my shot in Boston today. What are we calling our shot?
Call my shot in South Dakota today.
Call my shot in New York.
I got a good one for my client out in Des Moines today. It's with an engineering firm that's about a block away from him. President, principal, is actually handling everything himself internally. They use a local firm though for a firewall. I wanted to see though, since we're local and we offer more than just what he's doing internally, just curious to see what that looks like. So we're stopping by the office this Friday to kind of better introduce ourselves, showcase our capabilities. A lot on the table here, and he's definitely interested because he's been doing it himself.
I'm going to be calling my shot for we'll go Sure Lake Technology in the afternoon.
Got one for my Columbus IT client. It was the recycling plant. Called for the owner, and I got the general manager. He was like, I actually handle most of the IT stuff. They work with a small break fix company there locally. He was asking if we work locally as well, and said he wanted to have us out sometime this week to talk about how we could maybe be a resource to him.
I got an appointment for my roofer this morning in Florida. It's with a hotel, about 10,000 square feet. They're actively having issues in late, so that'll be a really good appointment. And then this afternoon, I'm calling my shot on my IT client and on my other roofer in Colorado.
One over in Great Falls, Montana. Called him Friday. He was trying to push me out for it, but I was able to get him to agree with the meeting today, so that's coming up at 2.
Let's go, same day appies, we love those. Sam, you just got off a pitch, man. How'd that go? Sound
I've
good.
been pitching all morning, so we've been getting some decent show. Talked to this morning in Brooklyn. The guys just kind of small New York
Okay. Well, no, that's
edit out the
completely
names,
fine. I
obviously.
just want to be respectful of your time.
But we had a conversation with him about Brooklyn, maybe Queens. I had a conversation right after that with another MSP that was in Staten Island. He just moved to Myrtle Beach. He's probably going to make his decision this week. And he was like, I'll get back to you regardless. Told him the same stuff. And right after that, we had 2 back-to-back meetings where we had Nick was talking to a roofer who I pitched last summer. And I pitched the guy's dad, so he wasn't the decision maker. He liked it then.
All right. Well, I'll do
sales
that.
guy
I'll send
is
you
now
an
just
email
learning
now
about
with
it. He was one of the people that needs to be involved. So he's going to go talk to his dad. I'm like, ask him if he remembers me. I'm sure he does. So then we rolled into, I had a real good call with IT Group Harrisburg. Can't have Harrisburg. We're talking about York. He reached back out to me. I pitched him last year. And been about 18 months.
Other than that, I'll give
Guy
you
before that. And then that guy right after, I was running late. I had Nick started. They're in the same market. And so he's actually preferring Lancaster as opposed to York. But you never know what people will take. They're both about the same size. And that guy that we just ended on, he's small. Doesn't know what he wants to do. He's like a sales guy, had a tech that passed away from cancer. And he's like, all the sales are back on me. It'd be nice to have a partner, but that's a lot of money. Like, look, dude, compared to what? You know, you want to grow. And then he started thinking about overhead and all this other stuff. And like, I'm not making decisions today. Like, all right. Then you got your next steps. Bye. And that's the same process we'll run. Get your questions answered. You'll remember us, just like the guy half hour before him remembered me in the pitch I made a year and a half ago. And he's reaching back out now when he's ready.
Come back and do it.
Yeah. You're not going to get all of them. 10-15% win rates to be expected. I think after we close Friday, we're closing at like 16-20% or something on shown meetings. So we had a couple good ones today. I believe we'll get at least one of the 4 guys that I talked to this morning. So
if you notice, I ran the numbers over the weekend, and it's like last month, almost all of your deals came from FTAs.
Yeah.
FTAs, first-time appointments, people booking with us for the first time. It's a built record. They love it. They sign up with Sam on the call, and then they do it. We still get deals from second-time pitches. Those are the guys who drag their feet. They drug their feet the first time. They're going to drag their feet the second time. We may get them, but it's more likely for quick deals, just guys who want to sign up and do it. FTAs, built records. So we're on the right track. We're doing it.
how about you? You been making some calls?
Not yet. I've done about 60 records. So
all right. Let's focus on calls because you got over 200 records that you built out. I went calling for the whole second half of the day. Cleansing, calling, getting appointments, following up with emails. You got crafted emails for pest control services. We have a hawk. We got a hawk together. Work with Cam on a lot of that email stuff. He's helped create the original hawks, the new ones, the deeples, and all the stuff that you see. How about you?
I've been working through Milwaukee leads. I kind of built some this morning and on Friday, so I'm going to work through those ones I built the second half of the day.
Okay. Just doing the process. That's good.
All right. How's your morning been so far?
I just spared you of what would have been an appointment here in 4 minutes. Gave me a Gmail, and I was like, well, let me ask you. Do you fit this in the budget? You're like, I'm going to say no. So we didn't put him on the calendar for 4 minutes from now.
That's good. That's what we're there for. Pre-screened, right? Are you looking for a service like this? Could $4,500 a month fit in your budget? That's it. If the answer is no to either one of those, don't waste your time. All right, man, well, I'll tell you what. Here's a link to our website, our self-guided sales meeting. You watch this, sign up right afterwards, or you can schedule a call. Call me back. Save my number. Just get them on the website if they're not a good fit, because you never know what will happen to those guys. But, Nick, good job. You helped me out with a couple meetings here this morning. I think we've got just your HVAC guy at 9 a.m. The only one we haven't heard from. Get in touch with everybody else. I've at least heard from them. So there's only 2 people we haven't talked to today out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out of 7. So we're like 5 for 7 with touch points. We completed like 4 or 5 pitches. So morning's going strong. Second half, I only got 1 meeting at 2 o'clock. So if you can get any appointments, sooner the better. Look at my calendar. Try to get them same day or tomorrow. That's like the best. But just keep it up. That's all I got. Let's go have some lunch. All right?
All right, same old for me. Still stirring up more people. Got a couple phone screens today that I got to get ready for. Sent out 3 offer letters this morning. Aaron and I worked on that. So we got some new guys coming later this month, early December, and even some locked in for January. So just sticking to it. Signed up for a career fair already for the spring, so those are starting to pop up. That's about it.
Got 2 websites that we're looking at launching this week, so just making sure those are all good to go. And starting a new website for one of our newer IT clients out of Austin, Texas.
This morning, just kind of reviewed one of the sites that's got the potential to launch, and then I've been doing social media for my clients all morning.
I've been telling the reps to attach the calls to the new CRM and fill out that contact page and make sure everything looks good for our clients. And then my 10 out of 10s, of course, and then I think that's about it for now. I'll be doing a Thanksgiving email blast for my client coming up, but got our social media in there still, so that's about it.
Spent the morning making some cancellations. We have a client visit that was coming this afternoon, or I mean this week, end of this week, but because of this disruption in air travel, he's going to cancel that. So a non-refundable ticket, but we were able to get it refunded because of the disruption. So I've had to follow the news pretty closely on that one. And let's see, just regular rounds and trying to get a jump start on December's travel. Reached out to a couple vendors for maybe a coffee truck or something. Friday we visited the where we're going to have our holiday party, which turned out pretty good. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so today I got everything set up for our new client, and we got them charged. They're the new client that's also going to be doing with, they're going to be our first client with the new CRM, so they're going to get on with that. And then I actually have a kickoff call with them this afternoon, so I'm going to get everything set up with them and their survey. And then for the rest of the day, I will be starting early on payroll. So I've already got all of the bones laid out for payroll for all of our areas, so HQ, Senal, and Maryville. But I'll be focusing on HQ and getting that knocked out as much as possible before I go home today.
Ticket allocations, insurance enrollments, Paylocity, HSAs, payroll prep, and some party planning with Brenda. At the holiday party will be exciting at Wildwood Pub, 7 o'clock, Friday, December 5th.
Been working on some bug fixes. The biggest one probably being that report with the today date not really working, so I got that out there. And there's a handful of other fixes I got out. Just going down that list. That's what we're working on today.
I think I finished up fixing the call recordings and they should all be there now. And I started on reports, being able to like create a formula to kind of like add up like total amounts on like an invoice report and be able to put that in the dashboard as well. So just been working on that.
I got an appointment this morning for my IT partner out in Arkansas. I actually spoke with this guy a couple months ago. He is the IT director of it's a supplier and service company. They have 150 users. They have 5 different locations across Arkansas, and they're currently keeping most, if not all, things in-house right now. They're not really using any vendors besides for project work. I talked to him about his plans for 2026 and might have some opportunities for projects, and then we're going to have a discussion with him about co-manage, since it's just himself, I think one other tech on the team, but 150 users, 5 locations. They have both virtual servers and physical servers at all locations, so should be a great call. It is set for next Monday at 10 a.m.
I got 2 this afternoon. First one was for my IT client out in Medford. It was an email appointment with a tax firm. They got about 66 users, 2 locations, all cloud-based. And then I just got one for my Chicago IT client with a manufacturer. I've been speaking with the president for a while, just finally found a good time for him. He was kind of in a rush, so rushed me off the phone, didn't get much information out of him, but we are going to be with him later this month.
I got a second one today for my client out in Des Moines. It's with Electrical Co-op out there. 100 users, 4 locations. Wants to pre-qualify us for future considerations, whether it be cybersecurity or future projects. Talked to the IT director. Understands the the local value of having firms that are an arm's length away. So we're going to meet with them next Wednesday just to kind of go over what we do and see if we could be a resource down the road.